welcome back to another video, and thank you so much for joining me yet again. If it is your first time here, and on this channel we chat about all things related to managing your money and adulting in general. So if that sounds like your type of vibe, please check out our other videos, and if you like what you see, don't hesitate, smash that subscribe button and become a member of the team. Today we have a very special guest. You guys know that I love having guests on the channel, more so if the guests are great friends of mine. And if you've been on the channel for some time now, you know that Shirley has been here before. If you haven't, you've got some catching up to do on the other videos. I'll link the videos, 2 videos that we did together when I was in Cape Town. And yeah, I'm back in Cape Town, and I decided to use this opportunity to have a sit down adult friendships conversation with one of my dear friends. Welcome to the channel, Shirley.
Thank you for having me. Hi everybody, welcome team. And I'm also part of the team. You should see me in the comment section. If you don't, comment that you don't see me in the comment section.
Please comment that you don't see in the comment section, guys. I'll appreciate it. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get straight into it, right? I watched Tabi Singh's friendship video that I'm sure some of you might have seen, and that's what inspired me wanting to do this video, because there was a lot of similarities that I heard in that conversation. So I was like, okay, when I'm with a friend of mine, let me actually have a similar conversation. I don't know if you guys watched that. So we're going to get straight into the questions. I did ask on my Instagram at the very last minute for people to send me what they would like us to cover, and I got a few suggestions, and I'm going to make sure that they are part of this conversation. But the questions overall are very similar to that videos as well. Ma'am, you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, cool. The first question is...
We're going.
The first question, tell me cheers first.
Okay, yes, let's
clear our throats.
Right, before we start with the friendship.
Okay, cool.
The story about these glasses. So we went to a bubble and oyster festival just after I moved back to Cape Town. And
if I'm brave, maybe I'll put a picture for you guys, because I still have that picture from the day.
We had a whole weekend, but yes, these glasses are from that weekend.
Very significant part of the friendship. Okay, cool. The first question is, how did you meet and what made the friendship official for you guys? Ma'am?
Okay.
So I'll answer how we met quickly, and then you can tell me what made the friendship official for you, what solidified it. So Shirley and I met at work, guys. We met for the first time at work. She was actually my manager, so she was my new manager. That was the dynamic of the relationship when we met. And I saw this lady come in, and I remember when she came in, she had like an introduction meeting with each of the team members, and she had her little diary, and she was just asking us about who we are, who are you, what have you done, like what are you excited about. And I think honestly for me, that was the first time I was like, because that was a very different from my experience, with like both my experience and experiences that I've heard from other people on management and stuff like that. And I thought the meeting was going to be about work, but you were actually like, so tell me about yourself, tell me what you like, who are you? I since do that with my team as well. Just try to like invest time in getting to know them better. And yeah, that's how we met. It was like manager.
But the friendship didn't start there. It didn't.
Yes, no,
so that was still a work relationship.
Yes. So tell me what solidified the friendship for you then.
So Andiswa once invited me to.
Yo, using the full name, Laura. I don't think I've ever heard you say Andiswa like in full. Okay.
Yeah, she invited me to a book launch, to some Maisie's book launch.
To be particular.
Yeah, that
his first book. Yes,
that I think like 50 pages, 100 pages.
Okay.
We love some Maisie. I love you.
But
Please don't come for me. But yeah, and he also like would say that. But yes, so she invited me to the book launch, and I was like, okay, this sounds nice, and I actually appreciated that so much. So we went to the book launch. So there we like interacted like away from work. So that was the first interaction away from work, and then I think so from there it started little by little, and then one evening we had team, we went out celebrating somebody in the team. And then at the end of the evening, as it goes, I was like, I'm going home with you.
Literally. Sounds like a beautiful romantic story.
Yeah, so I think that's where, like, I mean, after you spend the night at somebody's house,
Yeah.
not in somebody's bed, somebody's house.
Mm.
Yeah, that's where it started.
Okay, cool.
For me,
for you,
and for you.
For me, I also don't have a good sense of timelines. Like the things that you've mentioned, I'm not sure which of them was first and which of them was second. Like which happened first and which happened second. I think the Sumisi thing was probably first, and then later that evening. For me, one of the things that's very clear was that sort of like made me sure was our first trip to Cape Town. We were going.
By that time we were long.
We were.
We're not starting off like that.
We were going. Okay, so we were friends, but for me, I feel like you friends, and then just like a relationship, like there's key things where you're like, you know what, this is forever. Like,
okay.
This is like forever. So yes, we were friends before that. But for me, the way that even before the actual trip, like I had never been to Cape Town, guys. So the way that Shirley took that trip so seriously, like it was like, I'm going to make sure that you see this. This is how we're going to plan things. This is what we're going to do. She's a very detailed person. But I think it's the way that you took advantage of the opportunity to create an experience for me. Like it was, you need to try this. I'm going to make sure that you get the most out of this trip. For me, that showed like a sense of care. Like it wasn't just about, you were trying to maximize whatever opportunity to make sure that we enjoyed it.
Was that the work trip or after I moved here?
No, that was the work trip.
Okay.
That was the very first time that we went to Cape Town. And we went as colleagues, but you used that as an opportunity to like make sure that, and I'm an acts of service person, so that was like,
I'm disagreeing with her. People, our friendship started long before that.
Guys, that's what it's my truth, okay?
No,
for me, that's what solidified it. Like it put
way before that, because that's a year and a half into the friendship already.
When were we friends after we met? After how many months?
I don't know. But like that point was a year and a half after I've known you. And we were friends before that. Yes. We were friends before that.
Was it too far?
That's too far. Because by that time, so one of the things as colleagues that we used to do is like every now and then when work gets too much, we would go across the road and then Disa will have some coffee and I would have some wine. And the other like, we stop calling it this one.
It sounds so foreign to me. Oh my god.
And
okay, that was too far, you're right. That is like very far.
Yeah, we'll go across the road and like we'll just talk our hearts out. So
actually, you're making me remember something else. Oh my god. Okay, you're right.
No,
okay, you're right. Okay.
That's only one of the things you hate about me, like.
Okay, yeah, but that's another question. Okay, you're right. Actually, now that I think about it, I think what probably solidified, one of the things that solidified the friendship with me, for me, is when we had an instance at work. I don't remember what actually happened, but I had a bad day with a specific situation, and number one, we dealt with the situation like employees. Okay, this is what we're going to do to fix it, and then after that, we went across the road to debrief. Okay. So for me, actually, that was probably the defining factor, which was way before that, where we did the work thing, but then it was like, okay, now that the work thing is sorted, you took me across the road and you were like, here's a drink, how are you feeling about the whole situation? Now that it's fixed, like, are you okay? What made you angry? It was actually that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that. Hey!
Because I couldn't have been alone in this friendship for so long.
No, you're right. It was that. It was actually that. It was that. Okay, cool. And then the second one is, how long have you been friends?
2017 till now. Right? Somewhere in the second part of 2017. Because we met in June 2017.
Yeah, guys, like dates for me, dates are like birthdays, dates are just a gaze for me. So I have no sense of timeline. So it was since 2017, middle 2017.
Yes,
So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, that's 6 years.
Yes. Yes.
So it's been 6 years.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah, we've been friends for 6 years. And then, excuse me, do you prefer a few friends or many?
A few friends, but I probably have a lot of friends. No, I prefer intimate relationships with friends, like quality time with friends.
Yeah.
Paying attention to the friend, knowing what's going on in their life, if they're good, not. But I do have a lot of friendships that I might have had in the past, which I would still consider like friends, but we're not in each other's life every day.
So you prefer few friends,
Yes.
but you do have many.
Yes.
But your preference is few because you would rather.
I want that quality in the friendship. I don't. If I talk to you, you must know what's going on in my life. I mustn't talk to you and then you thinking of 10 other people.
Okay, cool. I prefer few friends, and I have few friends as well. I think I have very few friends. Guys, comments in the comment section. When I was looking at this question, I was thinking that a lot of people ask this question, but they don't really explain how many friends is few friends. So, like, what's the number for you guys? How many friends do you think as an adult is just too many? What's your number? Do you have a number?
I'm not gonna put a number down because now people are gonna start counting and like, where do I fall? But for me, it's the value in that friendship. It's it's the quality.
I'll answer it, guys. For me personally, I think more than 10 friends as an adult is a lot of friends. That's how I define a lot. Like, more than 10 is a lot for me. Maybe you think 20, and I'm just looking at it at my life and how much time I have after work, family, and everything, and I wouldn't be able to accommodate like 25 people and really have like proper friendships with 25 people. I don't know how other people do it, but for me, above 10, it starts getting like difficult. It starts getting difficult for me to keep up. Yeah. So for me, 10, I'm on less than 10. I think 10 is more than 10 is a lot.
Do you count family as friends as
no.
well? Okay.
No, I don't count family. I don't count family.
Even if you have a friendship relationship
in the family. Very not common for me, but I don't count them. I probably have 3 and I don't count them as my friends. I count them as family that I'm close to. Do you count them?
No, because like 2 of my cousins, I've actually grown to the space where. So I've got. Let's not go there.
I feel like I love everybody.
I love you all. Next question.
My family, I love you all. Next question. Okay, cool. Ooh, this is a good one. Guys, I come up with good questions here. Please tell me in the comment section. I come up with good questions. What is your friendship deal breaker?
Honesty. So I prefer honesty above everything else. And so firstly, if you're not an honest person in your own life, then I don't know if I can really trust you. And for me, so honesty and trust, that thing goes hand in hand. But for me, it's honesty, and I can forgive a lot of things. And like, if you killed somebody, we need to hide the body. Just be honest with me. Say, I killed somebody, we're hiding the body, and we're not telling anybody ever.
But just don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't lie to me.
Don't lie to me. Don't say it was an accident. Say I killed him. That type of thing. Yeah. So it's, for me, it's honesty.
Okay.
And for you?
For me, it's being a taker and a leech. Is a deal breaker for me. Being a taker is a deal breaker for me because I show love in service and I receive love based in service. And this goes with all my relationships, right? Not just friendships. Also, guys, this thing of having double standards for friendships and relationships, but maybe that's not the topic today. But anyway, this goes for all my relationships. Like, because I'm a giver of service and attention and time, I expect you don't have to give exactly the same thing, but I like reciprocation. Okay. I think my energy vibes with reciprocation. I like that. So for me, an individual who just takes, like, you take energy, you take time, you take money, you take effort. Like you just take, like you never give anything. You never have time, you never have effort, you never have thoughts, you never have gestures, like nothing, you know?
Almost like you the center and things must revolve around
Yeah,
you.
I that for me is a deal breaker. I need to feel happier when I'm with you. I need to feel energized, like, and you must feel energized, and we must give each other energy and happiness and support. It mustn't be like I'm always calling, I'm always making the effort, I'm always suggesting. Woo! I don't do well with that. So for me, that's a deal breaker. How has marriage changed the dynamic of your friendship, if at all?
Who's going first?
You go first.
So, you.
First of all, they don't know who's married and who's not, so you need to start there.
Okay.
Yeah.
True. Okay. So I'm not married. So when our friendship started, neither of us were married.
Correct.
We were both in relationships. Mine has ended since. And so mine has actually ended when Andy got married.
Yeah,
in the same
it was a very
period.
close period.
It was a close period.
Which is a dynamic on its own. But...
Yes. I wanted to be funny and say, oh, she's changed so much.
Oh,
but
wow.
no, that's not true. I don't think it has.
Okay, so the question is, how has marriage changed the dynamic, if at all? I also don't think it has, to be honest. I don't think it's changed. I wondered, when I looked at this question, I wondered if it would have been different, because Shirley and I are also in different locations, which is a different question. But I wonder if that is why maybe it hasn't changed, because it's a long distance friendship. So maybe my close friend could be like, I used to rock up at your place and we used to spend more time together and now we don't and whatever. I don't know. I just wondered if it would be different being answered for someone who lives in the same city as
me. I think you need to have respect firstly for your friend's marriage and know that dynamics have changed. So you can't just rock up. So this person is trying to build a life with another individual, which is difficult in itself.
Yes.
So you with your third party energy, and you can't you can't want to throw yourself in the mix there as well. So firstly, you must be respectful of the marriage, and hopefully you and the husband will have a good enough relationship that you are allowed to like rock up like twice a month maybe at the house and have that quality time. And then otherwise, yes. Or
twice a month, you said.
I mean, people are busy.
Yeah.
So you'll only rock up on weekends. I don't know a lot of people that
do the weekdays. I also don't.
And there's stuff like cleaning,
and preparing.
Some people must not clean their own houses anymore, you know. If you watch that video.
Shade.
But yeah, so there's stuff or shopping or stuff. There's stuff that goes on.
Yeah, so it's not going to be like in between the week high school vibes.
Isn't set out for just leisure where you just like chilling.
That's
You're not
true.
in that age. Or I'm not there. And if you have a busy life and you have your priorities straight, you're not there where you're like chilling the whole weekend, every weekend. So like twice a month, maybe like a get together, having a braai or dinner or having breakfast with hubby or without hubby, depending on.
Yeah, so you just need to be understanding, and I think you just need to acknowledge that something has changed. I think that's important. To pretend like it's the same and nothing has changed, I think. And there is a change.
And I know you guys have seen Mr. M. I love Mr. M. So luckily for me, before I knew Mr. M and Andy was dating, I knew Mr. M.
Yeah.
Yes. So luckily I loved him before that.
That's true.
And when I heard they were dating, I was like, perfect couple. So it was just
it makes sense.
It makes sense. And it's like you couldn't have asked for better.
Yeah.
The universe couldn't have worked out better for the two of you.
So you're also happy about that.
Yeah. So I love the relationship and that it progressed into marriage. And for me, they actually like so there are still newlyweds, but there are people that I look up to in marriage.
Oh, wow.
So you and your husband are that. So
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
No, you are.
I
You
didn't know
are.
that.
You couple, not couple goals. Couple goals is like light.
There's something on another
Yes,
level.
you're another level.
I'm
Yes.
dead. Okay, cool. How has a long distance how has the long distance affected your friendship? If at all, I'll add that, even though it wasn't there, but if at all. Do you think the long distance has affected our
I
friendship?
think it took it to another dimension. We so it's now quality over quantity. So what used to have was like talk
Every day,
we were
the
sitting next to each
whole
other.
day. And then WhatsApps in the evening as well.
Yeah, so it changed from that to quality. And if we do, so whenever we now WhatsApp, like one would start like, how are you? And like maybe bring up something they want to talk about or just like something they want to mention. And then I think you usually the one that like, okay, let me just call.
Yes.
Yes, you're usually the one just like, okay.
And I'm not like calls are a bit weird for me as a start. I more like to call in the middle of something because I then feel like it's not awkward. I sometimes find calls very awkward. Like if you're calling someone to say, hi, how are you? For me, that's a bit awkward. I prefer text. But if we're in the middle of something, then I'm like, yes. You know, then we can go to call
I
and
want to see the facial expression.
yes, I want to see the facial
I
expression.
laugh. I don't want to laugh.
I love that.
afterwards.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so I think so I think the distance is taken it to a new dimension. So it's more quality. It's when we're together, you don't take it for granted the time together. And also even we in a way it hasn't changed. It's like even though we fall apart, we still support each other's hustle.
Yeah, in the best way we can.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. I think for me, like, this is my second friendship my first friendship that went long distance, and I've had another friendship as well now that also went long distance, also to this damn mother city. And for me, I really appreciate those friends more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's obviously a higher level of effort that's needed and required now that you're in a different city. And the fact that you guys have been able to maintain that at that level means it's almost like you're serious. Like you seriously want to keep this thing. Because I mean, it does require effort, guys. Let's not lie. Like Cape Town and Johannesburg is not next door. Like you need to think of flights, you need to think of accommodation, you need to think of expenses. So the fact that the friendship still is there in the sense of when I'm there, I'm going to maximize. I need to come there at least. It takes it up a notch. I think when you say a different dimension, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's how it's changed. So it's actually a positive change.
And I think we actually realized that we've been long distance, longer
way longer than we have been short distance. I counted today and I was like, we didn't actually spend. I thought maybe we spent. In Johannesburg, we spent like 2 years in our friendship, or 3. Yes. But we actually spent 1.5.
Yes.
And the rest from the 6 years has been long distance, but it didn't feel like that.
It doesn't feel like that.
It doesn't feel like that. But I think also, just like a relationship, it depends on how much time you spend with the person. Yeah.
And I think we really do put in effort, because last year for my birthday, I invited a few friends, and you flew down.
Yes.
And I mean,
for a birthday.
That's effort. That's actually effort, because it's not like you had anything else going on in Cape Town. Specifically,
that was the reason
for that.
Yeah.
Which.
Yes, and someone's also flying for my birthday this year. So see, reciprocation. Anyway, and then the next question is, do you think age matters in a friendship or not? And I'll provide a bit of context before we go for this. Shirley and I are like a decade apart in terms of age. So there is a significant age difference. So do you think in a friendship in general, not us, you can talk about us after that, but in general, do you think that matters in friendships?
Not really if you're in the same mindset. So yeah, if you have like a bigger percentage things in common and think similar, then no, it shouldn't
Okay.
be. I shouldn't.
Okay. I think age does matter. I think age does matter, guys, because I think age does matter. And I think it is easier to build a friendship from my perspective with a person who's in the same age as you, same industry, same life stage. And it's, for me, it's not just an age thing, it's also a life stage thing. Like, it's easier to be friends with someone who's married, who's got a family, who's the same age, because you've got a lot of like relational points and you understand each other because you're in the same situation. I think when you are in different life stages and ages, like you really need to click, like she said. It's not gonna come easily.
Yeah.
I know when I speak to younger people,
I'm like, wow.
I already feel like you're cute, but what are we gonna talk about over dinner? You know, like so it's not only an older younger thing. I think that and something that I watched in the other friendship video that I watched, which I was like, oh, this is a real thing, and I've never seen it in our friendship, is apparently sometimes when you have a friend who's way more mature than you, they also play a big sister motherly role that you didn't ask for. And this one is the complete opposite. If anything. Okay, fine.
No, you're joking. Okay,
I'll leave it there.
No, but I want to know.
No,
I want to know.
but what? Okay, so what I wanted to say, if anything,
I
I feel like in our friendship, if I'm allowed to say, like Shirley is the let's try this, let's go out, let's experience, and I'm the lazy, like she's the no, like there's a world to see. So I feel like personality-wise, you're probably the younger one, I think. Because you're the explorer, you're the pusher, you're the life is too short, like let's do things. And I'm not, I think it's personality wise, I'm not like, I'm a homebody in my comfort zone, like scared to experience, conservative. I'll only do a little bit. But you actually encourage me to go out. You're not like pushing me down. You're more like, there's things to see, like life experience things. Let's go out.
Bigger than just
it's bigger than just here. Like, what are you doing next? You know? So I don't feel like that push down, conservative, like whatever vibe, which is
or behave.
No.
I love misbehaving.
No. Yeah, exactly.
In a good way.
I was gonna say if anything. Okay, cool. So it depends on who you are, but age is a thing. You can't ignore it.
But what do you think makes our age difference work?
I think we have a lot of core things in common. Okay. I think we've got a core common values and beliefs, and I think our view on life and what drives us is very common. And I think that those are core things. So even though the age is different, but I think we have more in common than just age. Yeah, in the way we think. I think that's why it works. But I don't think it's easy to find someone like that. Even if they said they're the same age as you, you might not connect on the things I've just mentioned. It's not an easy thing.
It's not an easy thing.
And I think age also makes it it does make it tricky, guys. Let's be honest, it challenges it.
Yeah. But I haven't like really experienced challenges in our friendship.
Yeah, I haven't either. That's actually not a question, but I actually haven't.
I haven't.
That's crazy, hey? Because one of the questions in the other video that I watched was, when have you guys had a disagreement? And I didn't take that question because we've never.
So we do disagree on
a lot.
We do disagree on things.
On things, but we've never disagreed with each other. We've disagreed on thoughts.
Yes, or we disagree, but we allow each person to have their own point of view. Like for instance, because this is a financial channel, even though we're doing friendship now today, like I'm like full buying houses. I'm full buying. I don't even like consider the renting thing, and Ed is more open minded about that.
I'm about people spending money the way that they feel the best fulfillment. And if being stuck in one place and not having a permanent is not your thing. It doesn't fuel you. Rent.
Yes.
And if having a homestead and a comfort is like, for me, whatever, you've got a set.
I've got this, yeah. So but we
set
allow
idea.
each other to, like, I'm there with my buy,
Yeah.
and she's like, do what works for you at that point in your life, type of thing. Yeah. So we don't agree on everything.
Correct.
We don't yes for whatever the other person says, yes to anything.
Yes.
For everything, but whenever we do agree, we allow the other person to speak their mind,
Yeah.
to prove their point, but like, you good?
Okay, I actually want to ask a question now that someone asked actually while we're on the rent versus buying and how we don't agree. They asked, how has money been an influence in your friendship, if at all? Like, how does money influence your friendship?
Okay, so the nice thing there. So let's start here.
Mm-hmm.
The nice thing. So the nice thing is I think we're both comfortable in life, and we do have disposable income.
Yes.
So that helps a lot, especially with this long distance friendship.
That's a very
good point. It helps with that, and it helps with me always wanting to do things because doing things
girl
costs money. So it helps with that as well.
True.
And also when I was in Joburg, we had a tradition. We started a tradition where on our birthdays we would go like to fancy restaurants,
like a really nice restaurant, yeah,
for our birthdays.
Yes.
And one person would treat the other person.
Yes.
So
and we're both super comfortable with that.
Yeah, so that helps being comfortable in life with money. But on the other side is we both have a lot of respect for money, and we both very, very financial savvy. Yes. And I think that's probably the first point we connect on. Like, I think for me that's the biggest point we connect on, because money is like so important to Andy as well as myself.
Correct.
And not because of money, not because like I want to have money, whatever, but like what it symbolizes. And
I think when you said we respect money, that's a good way to like explain it, because we're not luxury people.
No.
We're not like materialistic people, but we just respect money. Yeah. I think that's a good way to describe it.
So
that helps. So it hasn't been like a big thing for us, I think, because we have the same money personality.
Yes.
I do have a friend when we met opposite money personalities, like way opposite. And it is an interesting dynamic when that is the case, but that's not the conversation for today. But we also learned a lot from each other. Like, I think she taught me how to spend a bit more and to be a bit lighter, and I taught her how to be a bit more. Yeah, my other friend. Because I would
never teach you to spend.
We're the same person. That's why it hasn't been a thing for us. But it is, I just wanted to make the point that it is tricky when you are at both extremes and you're trying to do things, but the other person's like, no, let's go straight there. And you're like, no ways. So it does add a dynamic, but for us, it wasn't an issue. Do you have friendship jealousy? Like, are you jealous when your friends have other friends?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Thing is, I always want the best for my friends. So, and I can't fulfill every part of your life and your needs. So if you do have other people in your life that does that, I actually support that. As long as our friendship still stays authentic and still has that quality in it. So if you have, and that's I think where how many friends comes in.
Yeah.
So if you have like 100 friends, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So if you have a lot of friends,
if you have like 11,
but if you have a lot of friends and now I'm chatting to you and I can see no, but this one is preoccupied.
Yeah.
And so I won't be jealous. I will just like know that okay, I am probably like number 11 on your
So
list.
are you saying I'm not jealous when you have more friends, so long as I feel like you are still in this friendship? But what if I'm making more friends and I'm not even a good friend to you? Is that then a problem?
No, but then, so then it's not jealousy coming in. It's like you're not being a good friend.
That's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's
Not
it,
necessarily
yeah,
that you're adding
yeah.
other people. That's a good point.
And that you're not being a good friend, and now being out in nature does that.
Sorry guys, like someone just walked past and we're like, okay, should we wait for him to pass? But you were saying, okay, the problem is that you're not being a good friend. That's the issue, not that you're adding more
So,
friends.
and you, do you have jealousy in friendships?
No.
Okay.
Like, I'm very fine. I'm actually even finer when my friends have more friends, because that means less like for me to, you know. So it is like a lot of pressure if you're somebody's only friend, because then like they call you for everything and you're not always there. So I actually get happy when my friends have other people that make them happy. But for me, as long as like our thing is still fine, but you made a good point. Like if your thing is not fine, then you should fix that. Don't now make the other people joining an issue. And then the next one is what do you like the least about each other?
You go first. You go first.
So it's not a lot. I had to think about this.
Sure.
It's not many things. But I would say it's so interesting though to me, because when I was thinking about this, it's something that you are currently working on your own.
Okay.
That's why I'm so obsessed about that thing and where it's coming from.
Okay, now what she's talking about, and she's telling me like, okay,
like that's why I'm so obsessed about that thing. I'm like, did someone say something? You know. But I have said
somebody should have said something. Okay.
No, wait, no, I have said this. So let me tell you guys what I like the least about my friend there. So my friend is very, very hardcore about the things that she believes and the way that they should be, which is absolutely amazing and super attractive. Like when she believes something, she believes it. The difference between me and her is that I will believe what I believe, but I'm very comfortable with like not making that a thing. If there is something greater that I stand to benefit from not making that a thing, right? Let me make an example so it's not vague. Like what I like the least about my friend is sometimes when she believes something, she doesn't care what she stands to lose and what's at stake. Like she will hold on to that thing, and I'll be like, I get that you're holding on to this red, but you could gain white if you could just give a little of this red. But she will not move on that red. And for me, I feel like there's certain things I believe in, but in certain situations, I'm like, you know what? I'll just mind my own. Like, it's not important. Like, how I feel about the situation is not important. I actually stand to benefit by keeping quiet and by smiling.
Yeah, okay.
And waving.
Okay.
You know? So I can, even when I can, my friend does not. She wears her heart on her sleeve. You'll know exactly where you stand with her. And I feel like sometimes you could just like,
even if she doesn't say it, you'll see it in her face.
You will see it in every. So we also share that in common. But I can and go, but my friend will not. So that's what I like the least, is that I just wish she would just.
Okay, you can list the others now. Can I just ask you?
No, that's it. There's nothing else. Yeah,
that's true.
So that's the only thing. And
I am working on it, but not for myself. So that's gonna stick. That part when it comes to myself is gonna stick. I'm trying to be kind to other people. So that's the part I'm working on. But for myself, I think we've been ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
Okay, no, for
Oh
me.
yes. What do you like the least about me?
Nothing.
No, man. You have to answer it.
I'm answering it.
No, but there has to be something.
And
so if you list all of the things you like the most, which one is at the bottom? If you list, so you're saying there's nothing you like the least. So if you list all of the things you like about me, which one is at the bottom of the list?
I like everything about you. I actually no. If I don't like something about you, I think you would have felt it somewhere.
No, it's not about you can't. There's no way.
There's nothing about you that's like nothing.
There has to be something.
No,
And it would have come up in like the
Yes, and there's nothing that came up in this what 6 years did you say?
like come on, Shirley,
Yeah.
there has to be something.
Remember, we're not living in the same space. There's no way you can irritate me.
Like with a habit
Yeah,
or
with a
something like
habit
that.
or something like that.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Really?
There's nothing.
Yeah, okay.
And you know I'm an honest person. I would tell you. I wouldn't be
Okay.
shy to tell you.
Okay,
There's
fine. We'll
nothing.
skip that one.
Not skipping. We completed.
Okay, we completed. We answered it, guys. There must be something.
No.
Please tell me in the comment section.
Okay, yes, tell us.
Tell us in the comment section.
What
is,
you? Yes,
there-
no. What irritates you about? And let's see if there's anybody
who likes something the least about me?
Yes, yeah, that one.
I actually wanted to ask. I wanted to ask, like, do you also have nothing that you like about your friends, like that you dislike or that you like the least? Let me know in the comment section. If you are like Shirley and you're saying, I honestly can't think of anything that I like the least,
Yeah,
or dislike, or a habit or whatever, please let me know in the comment section there. If you also feel like, yeah, I also have a friend and there's nothing that I can think of something that I like the least about all my friends.
No, so currently I only have one friend that I dislike things about.
What do you like the most about each other?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of your strongest qualities. So I love our friendship. That part, I'm not even gonna go there. But like one of your strongest qualities, I think I've mentioned it, is that you can take like the good out of everybody and see how you can utilize it in your own life. Like, and not even the good, like, so we every human being has that thing that makes them like exceed or makes them live or makes them go to the next level. So what you capable of doing is like take exactly that thing, not the rest of all of the nonsense. That thing, that the cherry on the cake. So
yes,
you're able to do that and incorporate it in your own life, in your own way.
Yeah.
To make yourself a fuller human being and grow. And if we're honest, you are still young. You are still of a younger generation, but your maturity level and your growth in society, work, it is so significant because of that quality. So like that is like, it's not something I'm able to do. So so for me that's that.
Sure.
But I honestly have a
2 seconds.
I'm crying now.
No, I get my clothes, not tissue.
There's no way to get a tissue.
No, to grab my clothes, guys. I want to be pretty for this moment.
There's no way to grab a tissue.
I want to be pretty for this moment. Okay. Yo, that's deep. That caught me off guard.
See.
Because I don't think I've shared, but that's my superpower. But I don't think that people know. That's my secret superpower. So it's not a secret
anymore. Sorry.
That's my secret superpower, actually. And what I attest to my success is exactly that. And that's why I'm always advocating for people to just be a bit open-minded. Just open your mind and your heart just a tiny bit, because that person that you're writing off because of a certain quality could have other things that you could leverage off. But if we just align ourselves with exactly who we think is perfect, you lose out on what you could learn from them that is not that, because they're not ticking 4 out of 5. So now you're like, you don't align with my values. But why don't they align? Exactly. Why don't they align with your values? What is different? I have very strong people in my life, and I'm always encouraging them to just listen. And I've got the type of people, and I won't say if I'm married to one or not, who are very like, you in or you out. So where if you're watching someone speak or something, they'll say one sentence, I'll switch it off. That person, switch it off.
Focusing on that sentence.
That person does not know what they're saying. I don't trust them. I don't believe. And I'm always like, I disagree with you, but tell me more. Why? Why do you disagree with me? And I give you the opportunity and I watch the podcast till the end. And then I summarize and I'm like, okay, cool. I actually disagree with them, but I love how strongly they believe about X, Y, and Z, even though it's different. And I feel like a lot of us instead cut people off when they feel differently. So it's very interesting because I know that's my superpower. I've actually learned the most from people I was different from.
Okay.
And I grab that. Okay, but I actually like the way you defended that point. I could think you're talking utter nonsense. But the way in which you defend the utter nonsense is like, that's interesting, you know? Anyway, that's my superpower. I didn't know that anybody knew that. I think for me, there's so many things that I love about you, but one of the most is just how seriously you take things.
Okay.
Like Shirley, like if not the things where she's just like, I want to do this, but when she wants to do it, like when you want to do something, you put your back into it, you put your front, you fully immerse yourself in that thing. And why I think it's so inspiring is because it doesn't matter the size.
Okay.
Like for you, like if you tell Shirley, I want to like do a picnic when I'm in Cape Town, she won't just be like, it's a picnic. She'll be like, right, which garden? What are we putting on the floor? Like, let me make sure there's little things like on the mat. Let me, even if it's like a small birthday, even the way you celebrated like your daughter's birthday recently, it doesn't matter the location. Like you use that which you have in that environment, but you make it like the best of that, which I think is absolutely amazing. So if you tell Shirley like, I'm going on a business trip, I've got 1 hour, this girl will fit the world tour into your 1 hour. If you tell Shirley like, I'm broke, but I want to do this, like she'll think of things that can make, I think it's actually a beautiful gift. Like she'll think of ways to make the simplest things an activity and like an actual thing. And I think that's beautiful. So that's one of the things. And I think the second thing, okay, I'll do two things. The second thing is that your ability to dream way bigger than yourself.
Okay.
I think you very good at not limiting yourself. And I think you're very confident in like, I can do this. And it's you're not just trying to convince me, I feel it. Like I feel like you believe that you can do it. You literally can. Like she's like, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go. And then she puts her plan in place. And to somebody looking on the outside, they must be like, this chick is crazy.
Oh, you don't think that.
How does she do this? Like, how does she? But the fact that you honestly believe in yourself, and you're not trying to convince other people, like you genuinely do, and I think that oozes out of you.
Thank you.
So that's what I love the most.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this part on repeat.
This part in particular. That's so funny. Okay, cool. Yo, guys, now this is becoming so long. Do your partners have to be friends too?
I would prefer that. Because of the limited time and the twice in the month, if you can like squeeze everybody in together, the better.
I think that would be ideal.
Ideal. But it's not a deal breaker. But ideally they would,
I think I always imagined that as well. That was my ideal. But it also depends on the personality type that you marry or that you are with. And you also have to have respect for that person and what their preference is. Maybe you're outgoing and they're not.
No.
Maybe they have one friend or two friends and that's more than enough. And now you're introducing all these people in their lives. But I think for me, it's important that my partner can chill with my friends.
Yes.
Like, you know, and we can socialize. I think that's important. Do we have to be besties?
No, you
do
don't
they have to do things together on their own? No. And sometimes that actually complicates things because then the other one starts doing things and the other one knows and they're like, but if he's doing it and you his friend, are you not doing the same thing? And I think it adds unnecessary complications sometimes. But that's the preferable. What are the qualities you look for in a friend? This is the second last question.
Okay, I think we can go like quality. That type of thing.
Like one. Okay,
So for me, firstly, it's honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, honesty is a big thing for Shirley.
Honesty. Yeah.
Okay, honesty. Respect is a big thing for me. And by respect, I mean not just for me, but for life, for other people. I don't think I can have a friend who's disrespectful. I don't care if you're disrespecting your colleagues, the people under you, the people who work for you. Like that's a huge trigger for me.
Yeah.
So I can't tolerate someone in my life who disrespects staff, people, family. Like just have respect for everyone equally. Don't downplay and undermine. Yeah, that's a big thing for me. So respect is a big thing for me. And the last one is
no, not the last question.
The last question is, are you open to making friends at this point in your life? So we can slide into your DMs.
Please. Okay, girls, not you.
Oh!
I want to get to that Andy level, to that Mrs. M level. Is this going in the video?
What is this?
For the phase and space in my life I am currently in, I would say yes, but not like actively looking. Like, if it happens, it happens. If I meet somebody and there's something in them that I can see that would add value to my life, then I don't mind exploring the friendship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not just there in these streets like, let's hook up, let's go out, let's go out. Yeah.
Like, you're not the type of person who's at the end of a good night like, let's exchange numbers, we should do coffee.
No.
You don't do that.
I don't. And I actually should start doing that to grow actually my YouTube channel and my Instagram, because I'm not that person that like give up contacts and
Something that I've learned about friendships that are special is that you need to put in the effort.
Yeah.
You
Even
can't
though
just like.
But it feels effortless.
It feels effortless, but you need to. Maybe the effort is the wrong word, but you need to. What I love about my friendships and our friendship in particular is the fact that we take each other seriously.
Yeah.
It might feel easy, but I think I understand what I have in you.
Yes.
And in me understanding, I try to do things that show that I do. And I also feel like you understand what you have in me. I don't think we take each other for granted. I feel like we do a lot of that as females in relationships where like you make that person know that they're special in the way you act around them, the way you speak to them. But we don't do that for girlfriends. Like, but Shirley will like put a little, like I don't know, just gestures to show that I appreciate you being here and I understand that you took the time.
She's not sharing this. I actually force her to tell me she loves me.
Oh yeah. That's fine. It's like, okay, bye, love you, and I'm like, why? Why are we exchanging I love yous?
I love you.
And what's your love language, by the way? Words of affirmation. Yeah. I suck at words of affirmation. I feel like if there was an extreme love language, that would probably be it. Thank you so much,
this was so much fun
for joining us. I feel like we forgot about you. And we just had our own conversation and we forgot about you. But I really hope that you enjoyed this very candid, unfiltered conversation about adult friendships. Please make sure that you check out Shirley's channel. We're gonna record a video for her channel as well, but she's got a travel channel. So if you like I said, she's very good with detail and planning and getting things done. We're actually now getting ready to go to something else. It will probably be a vlog on her channel. So please check out her YouTube channel. You're not going to regret it. I love her YouTube channel and I'm going to link her description, the link to her channel in the description box. Do check that out. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. As per usual, if you did, give it a huge thumbs up. And also consider subscribing if you haven't done so we can see you in other videos. Bye! Bye.
How long was that?
Yo, that was long.